Hey, 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 today is weigh day. Hey, 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 today is weigh day, and I'm ready. I'm set. I'm ready. I'm set. I'm ready. I'm set. I'm ready. I'm set. Hey, 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 today is weigh day. Hey, 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 I'm so ready for Way Day. Well, today is Way Day, and this is one of the things that I've done for the past Sundays of this month to track one of my May 2025 goals. So, as you can see, I am very, very much excited because I've been putting in hard work and dedication, implementing self discipline and being better about my goals and how I'm going to achieve them and just learning and growing each day. And so these videos are here as an accountability to myself and as a way to share my progress with others. So if this is your first video, there are many, many other videos. This is like the 28th video that I have posted, and so if you have missed the previous videos and you tend to like what I share on this video, you can easily go back by going to my YouTube page. You'll see a whole list of videos with the title Self-Discipline at the top. And if you want to make it easy on yourself to be able to watch them in the order that I've uploaded them, I've created a playlist that makes it so easily accessible to you. So you may choose to do that as well. So just like I said in the intro of this video, today is weigh day. So that means I am going to step on the scale and see how I've progressed on my weight goal that I have for this May. But as always, I'm going to go through all of my goals. That's just going to be one part of my goal that I'm going to go more into on today. So let's jump right into it. And before I do, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe just so these videos will be suggested to more people. All right, so let's go ahead and look at what my May 2025 goals are. So goal number one, earn at least $2,000 from a supplementary income, which I will be very, 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 very soon sharing if anyone is looking to earn this type of money, if not more, on income. Goal number two is to pay off Chase credit card. The balance was $13.84. Goal number two again is to pay off Chase credit card. $13.84 was the total at the beginning of this month. Goal number three is to lose at least 10 pounds. That's what I'm here today for, to weigh myself. My starting weight was 239. So let's see how far I've gone, how far I've come from my starting weight. Goal number four was to start SQL course on Microsoft to advance my programming skills. This is directly related to my work, my main bread and butter, my 9 to 5. Goal number 5 is to read, study, and meditate on discipline. And goal number 6 is to implement discipline in all areas of my life. So I've been tracking myself on these goals each day and just sharing along the way different things. So goal number 1, earn at least $2,000 for my supplementary income. Well, first week of the month, 370. Second week of the month, 369. Third week of the month, 373. Fourth week of the month, 340. So I am now at the remaining amount of needing to earn $546.59. On the last video, I always love to do math every day just to kind of get an idea of where I'm at. On the last video, I don't know why this scroll is not wanting to work right. I took that remaining balance of 546.59 and I divided it by 7. That's a total number of days next week that I'm projected to be able to earn, because I don't have anything that's conflicting on my schedule as of now. I don't know if anything comes up, but as of now, I am projected to be able to earn money every day this week. So that means each day I need to earn $78 is what I said on the previous video. Well, today is Sunday, and let's see how much I actually earned. I actually was able to earn $162.75. And normally it would be around about the same as a Saturday, about $200. Normally I would be able to earn $200 on a Sunday. But I was very, very close, and still that brings me down. So that's above the average that I had. So what it's going to do is it's going to cause the average amount for the remaining days of this week to be lesser than $78 because 546.59 minus the $162.75 means I only have $383.84 left to earn. So I am very close. Very close. Very, very, very close to my goal. And so I have a total of 6 days to earn this from. So divide that by 6, 64. So let's just do some hypothetical because I love to kind of do this. And not hypothetical like way out in La La Land, but based off of what I've done so far this month. Let's just say I have another Saturday, this Saturday, like this past Saturday. Well, I only need $383.84. So minus, let's just say 200, that I'm able to make $200 on the 31st. That leaves me with the difference of 183. Well, I've had some good days on Friday as well. So let's just say on the 30th, I actually make about the same as the way that I did on the 2nd of this month, minus 132. That means if I were to aim to make $200 Saturday and at least $132 Friday, I would only have to earn in these 4 days a total of $51.84. And yeah, 84 cents, which is somewhere around what I earned on the 13th and the 14th of this month. So as you can see, it is very viable for me to be able to meet, more so than likely exceed my goal, because Thursdays are normally a peak day, and then also Monday is a holiday. So normally on those holidays there is a lot of business. So I will be interested to know how much I'm earning. So each day though, I'm not gonna slack off and then try to just say, oh, Saturday I'll be able to make. I'm gonna try my best to make as much as possible on all of these days leading up into Friday and Saturday, because anything above 2,000 would just be a plus. So I'm not making these goals to hinder myself. I want to make as much as possible. So that's why I say at least 2,000. 2,000 is what I'm aiming for. And then we shall see from there where it goes. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2. Oh, well, actually, goal number 1, I have this graph that I like to show. And as you can see, that bar is getting very, very close to 2,000. It's only at $300 away, $383 away from 2,000. And I am getting very, very close to what I was doing in March. So if I were to even subtract the difference between now and what I made in March, that's a difference of $246. So in $246 more, I'll be where I was in March. And then from there, I'll be above what I did in March. And hopefully at 2,000 before the end of this month. Goal number 2, pay off Chase credit card. It totaled out to be $1,384. I have several videos where I talk about finances and my whole strategy and how I'm able to make payments and pay off my bills, pay off the things that I have, like the credit cards and stuff, trying to keep them underneath a certain percentage so that it essentially increases my credit score, and then maintaining those balances. So I have this all the way down to 0 as of May the 22nd. I actually paid it all off. So I was able to make all of that payment within this 1 month. actually within 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, I paid off $13.84 along with paying my other bills. So I will go more in detail. There's some other things on my budget. I have now 4 more things on my budget as far as like related to credit that I want to knock out. And the next one I should be able to knock out next month. So that might be around my goal, or it might be like a sub part of the goal that I set for my June goals. All right, here's what we're here for. This is what we're here for today, to see how much I weigh. It is weigh day. I'm aiming to lose at least 10 pounds. Well, when I started out with this whole goal of working on self-discipline and working on my monthly goals, I weighed myself and I was up at 239 pounds. That's like I gained 30 pounds from when I actually lost 62 pounds from December the 2023 to April 2024. So, as you can see, from probably April 2024 until April 27th, 2025, I gained back 39 of those 62 pounds that I lost. And that happens. And that requires self-reflection. That requires accountability. And I took accountability and I saw my faults. I saw that I slacked from my routine. I slacked off of my eating habit. And so voila, the weight came back as it naturally would if you're not doing anything to counteract how you're intaking calories. Then of course the weight is just gonna remain where it is until it's burnt off. So with that being said, I was up to 239. Well, I started on this journey of tracking my progress as well as learning about self-discipline. And I was able to drop 2 pounds in the matter of days, because I wanted to weigh myself again on May the 1st, officially for May the 1st, just to see how much I actually lose over the course of May, even though I've set my goal with the starting weight of what I weighed when I weighed myself in April. I still wanted to kind of get a good idea of what my weight would be at the beginning of the month. And I had already started implementing the changes. And so I could see the differences in those. So this is like my baseline here. So that left me with 8 pounds left to lose. I had already lost 2 of those 10 pounds. And then May the 4th, I was projected to weigh 235.4 pounds, but I actually was down to 235.2 pounds. So that gave me 6.2 pounds left to lose. May the 11th, I was projected to weigh 233.8, and I actually hit it right on the mark. So I only had 4.8 pounds left to go. This past Sunday, last Sunday, May the 18th, I was projected to weigh 232.2, and I actually weighed 232 on the dot. And that gave me a remaining amount of 3 more pounds to lose. And now here we are today. My projected weight should be 230.6 pounds. But on my previous videos, I've been saying I've been working real hard to get back on track from when I kind of took that day on wedding day and indulged in alcoholic beverages, dessert, which is something I haven't done at all this month, like not at all. No sweets, no, low carbs, definitely no bread. And of course, cake is bread. And sweet sugars, none of that. Like that has been wiped out of my diet for this whole month, except for that wedding day on the 17th, which I think lended itself to where I probably would have met my goal, exceeded my goal that week, because previous video I shared that on that Saturday of the wedding, before I left for the wedding, I actually weighed myself. And I'm glad I did, because I always like to see if going out of town affects my weight. And it did. Like in that case, it really did. I wish I would have done it also for Mother's Day weekend, because I would be interested to know, even when I stayed on my diet, whether or not my weight still, would have been different. If I would have weighed myself before I left, then I would know. But it just gives me more information on how my body responds to what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, and all of that. So, But needless to say, I still lost. I've lost every week. There hasn't been a week where I haven't lost. There hasn't been a week yet that I've gained. And I hope there will not be a week. I'm trying to go down, down, down. So today is the day. And so as always, what I do is I share a slide, and it shows like my body compositions of me turning around so you can see the makeup of my body. And then also I can see the makeup of my body. So then over time, as I'm losing weight, there will be a difference that will be noted in the visual of the pictures that I share. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this video so you can see for yourself what my weight is, and then we're gonna continue talking about these May 2025 goals. Today that I step on my scale to see if how far am I from my goal. I only have a few more days until the end of this week. This is the last week of the month of May, and my goal is to have lost at least 10 pounds. And on my chart, it says that I have remaining of 3 pounds to lose from last week. But let's just see. And again, I have to probably step on it a few times before it registers my weight accurately, because I have to get it down to 0. So let me step it off and there's the 0. So then let me step back on it. Ooh, what does that say? 227.4? 227.4? I am below my weight goal. Let me just make sure of that. Let me step back on this thing like 2 more times just to make sure that that weight is set. 227.4. 227.4. Wow, that's more than 10 pounds in a month. So it looks like my weight is 227. I gotta step back on. I gotta register again. Sometimes this thing. Okay, 227.4 it is. I am happy. Happy. Look at me. I have exceeded that goal. Yay! Yay! I knew I was able to do it, guys. I knew it. And if I can do it, you can too. I'm telling you, it takes self-discipline. Oh, yes, it does. I am not going to even flake it or fake it or even try to tell you the lie of that. There wasn't times I was tempted. But I can tell you one thing, I maintained my ability to abstain from whatever it was that was attempting to tempt me. No sugars, no sweets, except for that wedding day. And I am down to 227.4 pounds. 227.4 pounds. I've lost almost 12 pounds, 11.6 pounds exact. 11.6 pounds. Yep, 11.6 pounds. So, being that my goal weight was to lose at least 10 pounds, I'm down to 0 more pounds left to lose. However, I'm going to still continue to lose, and I'm still going to track myself on June the 1st because, again, the whole point of these videos, from my intro video, I share. And even just now earlier, I shared that I recently in the past year lost a total of 62 pounds. Well, I was never up to 300 pounds. So that can let you know that I gained the weight back. And so in my intro video and some of the other videos, I've mentioned that, man, I do a great job making goals. I do a great job succeeding at the goals, exceeding at the goals. But once I do that, I need to focus on maintaining it. And what is going to help me to maintain it? Self-discipline. Self-discipline is going to help me maintain these goals. And so look at there. So I'm going to continue this throughout, and especially the body composition. I'll still do my weigh-ins, even if my goal kind of changes a little bit. It may not say lose at least 10 pounds next month. I might do something else, but I'm still know that my goal is to still continue to lose, and the healthy weight to lose at this, in a month is 10 pounds. And so let's just go along with this. Let's just say, okay, we're in May, and I was able to make it down to 227. Who knows what I will weigh in the beginning of June. So in June, let's just say I'm able to drop those 10 pounds. I'll be 217. In July, if I'm able to drop 10 pounds, I'll be 207. And then in August, if I drop 10 pounds, I'll be 197. September, I'll be 187. October, I'll be 177. November, I'll be 167. So by December, because I'm not sure if I really want to get down to 157, I would just have to see as I get there. But somewhere in between November and December. So I'm going to have to stay with this, because look, at the end of this year, I will be at a reasonable weight to where I will no longer be in the category of obese, because that's what it says here on my thing. And sometimes you'd be shocked to realize that, you know, you are labeled as that. I wonder if I can find it on my app. Sometimes it's hard to find because they're on here somewhere. It did have my I don't want to hear this summary here. It's gonna summarize. Um, it's on here somewhere. Where is it? You keep changing everything. Oh, there it is. Okay. So so let me add in. I need to enter this data, which I haven't been entering in my data. I'm gonna say 227.4 on my phone. So currently my BMI is still 35.6. And in the healthy range, it would be 18.5 to 25. So once I drop down 10 more BMIs, I will be in the healthy range. Right now I'm in the obese stage. BMI 35.6. Let me Google it. BMI 35.6. And I should say female, because there's a difference between male and female. So BMI of 35.6 in a female is classified as class 2 obesity. This is a high BMI range, indicating that the individual has a higher amount of body fat that would be considered healthy. It's generally recommended to consult with a healthcare professional for personalized advice on weight management and potential health risks associated with this BMI. According to the CDC, a BMI of 30 or greater is considered obese. Within the obese category, a BMI of 35 to 39.9 falls into class 2 obesity. So I'm almost in class 1, but still, I don't even know why they put different classes here. So let's just see this chart here. Okay, that's just the BMI chart. So health risk, obesity, including class 2, can increase the risk of various health conditions such as heart disease, and I don't want it. Type 2 diabetes, I don't want it. High blood pressure, I definitely don't want it. And certain types of cancer, definitely, definitely, definitely do not want. If I can do whatever I can to ward off those health risks, I will definitely do. Consultation. It's important to consult with the doctor or registered dietitian for personalized advice on healthy weight management strategies, which may include diet, exercise modifications, or potentially other interventions like behavioral therapy or medication, especially if individuals has other health concerns or risk factors. And that's from so 18.5 to 24.9, you're in the healthy weight range. I need to get back down to the healthy weight range, which I think that has been a while since I have been. Let me just calculate because they have a BMI calculator to see what the healthy range for me should be. So female, and I'm going to type in my weight, 227.4, and I'm going to do pounds. Oh, ads. Close. I don't even know what that height. Feet. We're gonna do feet. 5.7. I'm gonna do 5.7 as my height. Convert. So I'm just at the cups of class 2. Class 3 is 40 and upwards. So I bet when I was 262, I wonder if that put me at class 2 or class 3. Yep. When I was 262, my BMI was 41. My max healthy weight to be in the healthy BMI range is 159.6. It actually tells me that. So I need to I know I don't be wanting to get 2, but I definitely need to get down to that 150 range, 140 to 150 range. I need to aim like December, the end of this year. What better way to start 2026 than to have already reached my goal, and then all I have to do is just continue there out and maintain. I wish when I was younger and I was, I had a good part, all of my youth, I didn't have any issues as far as like weight and stuff like that. I wish I would have been more aware and more cognizant. Even though I was active and I did go to the gym, there hasn't been a year that I could say that I never stepped foot in the gym. And that's not to say anything to make it any better than anybody else. It's just to say that I wish I was more like, you can go through the motions of doing something, but I wish I would have known the importance of maintaining your weight. Once you're at a certain weight that is healthy, you want to try to maintain that weight the rest of your life. So when I was in that I was like 135, 130, 135 all through high school, even part of college. Then I may have increased to 140, 150. If I would have just stayed right in that range, stayed right there and just maintain it. And, like weigh myself. Weighing myself is very important. I can't go many years just eating whatever and never weighing myself. I don't know how much I weigh. All I know is that my clothes are not fitting the same and I'm having to increase my sizes when I could just easily go into the store and I knew what jean size I wore. It wasn't an issue and I could just get the jeans without even trying them on. But now they make things so differently. So, and then also with increasing weight, it just makes it a little bit more challenging to where you have to try it on for sure because you just don't know how it's going to fit. and whether it's going to fit. So, yes, I wish if I could go back, that would be one thing I would tell myself is, and a lot of older people was telling me that stuff too, but I don't know. I guess it just didn't sink in because I just felt like I wasn't even at a point. I never thought that I would be at the place that I am. However, I can understand how I got there, but I just never thought that it was going to be an issue. But I feel like it really hasn't been an issue. It's just been something that I just slacked off on and just didn't pay much attention to because I've been able to lose weight time and time again. I've shared it in other videos where I've lost weight. But needless to say, I'm saying all of that and sharing all of this because I'm trying to get in the healthy range. So if I can get down to that 150, I will very well do that. By the end of this year, if I stay on the course of the plan, I will be at that point. So I would just love to see, um, I would love to see how close I get there. My first goal beyond these losing 10 pounds each month goal is to definitely be under 200 pounds. And based off of what I just jotted down, that will happen after this summertime. So by the end of this summer, like summertime before school starts again for the kids, because down here it starts in August for us. Yeah, I'll be set. And then my birthday for sure. I'll be on my way for my birthday. My birthday is in October. I'll be at a weight that I was maybe like in 20 prior to having my son in 2020 and 2017. And then after having him, because when I was pregnant with my son, my highest weight was 224 pounds. And then after having him, I did lose the weight and I probably was down to 170, 180. So maybe like 2020, um, 2018, 2019, maybe even 2020. But then somewhere around there, I kind of let it go. I let it hang a little bit too far out. But needless to say, I am still proud. I'm proud of the journey of gaining the weight because by gaining the weight, it makes me be more aware, like I was saying earlier, of the importance of maintaining. It's kind of like when you get a car and you want to keep that car running, you know the importance of maintaining it, getting the oil changed, washing it, cleaning it, things like that, getting the tune-ups and all that stuff. Same way with my body. I wish I was more aware and actively aware of the importance of maintaining. And so, especially health-wise, because the older you get, your younger self is preparing your older self for whatever ailments you may have. What you do in your younger years could affect the ailments you have in your older years. And so I just want to be my best and I want to give myself a best shot as I get older at the life that I would have. So moving on from that goal to kind of go through all these other ones. So sequel course, I'm going to just go through these because look here, I actually exceeded this goal. I talked about it on previous videos. I wasn't making progress on this until I actually set aside time in my work schedule and said the first hour of my work, I am going to dedicate this towards education. And that's exactly what I did. And look at there, in the matter of 4 days, I was able to go ahead and complete that course. Goal number 5, read and study and meditate on discipline. First week, I want to learn all I need to know about self-discipline because in order for me to embody it, I need to know what it is. So this first statement comes from The Power of Self-Discipline book by Daniel Walters. That's linked below, along with other things that I've linked below. I'm going to also link a BMI calculator since that's what I was talking about on this video. For this video, I'll add to the list of links BMI calculator. So if anyone's interested in calculating their BMI, but nowadays it's so easily accessible on your phones with the health apps that you might have. But either or, I'll just go ahead and do it for anyone who might want to figure that out. Self-discipline is very, very important. That's what that first statement is about. Week 2, I looked more into behavior, routines, and habits. And I even established a routine to help me out with one of the goals for this month, the sequel course. I wasn't making progress on it, so I had to schedule a block time. I have another video where I actually share like my schedule, my day-to-day schedule, like I've charted it by the hour. And that's what I've had to do to kind of make sure that I'm managing my time. And I list out all the different things that I needed to accomplish and categorize them. And then I made a daily schedule. And it has helped me with achieving a lot of the different goals that I have. Paying myself first is something that I've talked about in recent videos in the last week. Prioritizing saving before spending. I'm trying to invest. I'm trying to build. I'm trying to grow. And I don't want to just be working to just pay bills. I want to have something left over after bills. In order to ensure that, I need to make my savings non-negotiable. That means that that's going to be something that has to be taken out on top of whatever my bills are. My bills are going to be taken care of, but I have to take out savings. And that has to be the first thing that I do whenever I get paid. So that's what pay yourself first is. And that's what I kind of read upon and studied upon and practiced and working on implementing right now for the month of June and thereafter is savings. And then this past week, last week, I was talking about how did I implement discipline in the area of my relationships? And I realized an area where I do need to work on improving, and that is having empathy for others when I don't agree with the way that they've handled things. And I feel maybe that they could have handled it differently and it may have lended itself to where they are now. In those cases, it'd be kind of hard for me to have empathy. And I had to really self-reflect and figure out the reason why. And so I realized the reason why. So this is why I chose this as my resonating statement, because it's something that I want. These resonating statements are things that I want to be able to easily read and recall and remind myself, just keep myself on track with what my goals are. And these are kind of be the cornerstones to things that I could just reread over just to kind of continue to motivate me to be better, to be a better empathetic friend, to be a better empathetic girlfriend, be a better empathetic daughter, sister, cousin, person in general. Showing kindness and support even when I disagree with someone is very important to me. So I want to work on that. Mentally, I've implemented discipline by self-care. And career-wise, I've implemented discipline by managing my time more effectively. Financially, I've implemented discipline by creating budgets for the different weekend getaways and re-establishing my budget. Physically, I've implemented discipline by continuing going to the gym, staying on my low calorie, low carb, high protein diet. Recreation wise, I've implemented discipline by taking rest days, doing different activities that align with my goals. Organization wise, I've implemented discipline by using a calendar on my phone and a calendar on my work email to just help me better track the different things that I have going on. In my relationships, I've implemented discipline by being open and communicative to my boyfriend, family, friends, and others, and setting boundaries, being an active listener, and resolving conflict. Emotionally, I've implemented discipline by self-reflecting. I've shared that I really need to work on empathy, and I kind of self-reflected on that, on the reason why that I lack empathy in these situations and attempt to set emotional boundaries because I don't want to overindulge myself into others' issues that they, sometimes people just need a listening ear. And so they'll have to work it out. Some things they have to work it out on their own, and you're just there as a listening ear. It's not for you to take on and work out for them. And I guess that's where it tends itself to where I'm not as empathetic, because I feel like, okay, they could have done. And it's just a way of reacting and coping with not overly overloading myself with their problems. But at the same time, there's a balance between that. Socially, I've implemented discipline by communicating, actively listening, paying attention to what others say. I do a very good job, I feel, with really trying to understand, asking further questions, not trying to assume what someone is meaning by what they're saying. And then this week, the last week of May, I will be talking about, let me go back, how I implement discipline in areas of my soul, character, purpose, spirituality, things like that. So here again are my 6 goals. And I can say that I've checked. I've checked off 3 out of 6 goals. And I'm thinking that maybe that goal number 1 is going to be the next one up. And then the only thing that I have to do is just continue studying and reading and implementing discipline these next 6 days. And I will be able to check those off by the end of this month. So again, I have gone over my May 2025 goals. I've shared ample amount of examples and experiences for each of these goals. I've even shared with you my weigh-in, which is what this video is mainly about on Sundays. So I want to remind you guys, if this is something that you draw motivation from, if it is helping you of any sort, please feel free to comment below, like the video, and subscribe. Also, tune into the other videos that I've posted, and also stay tuned for the future videos that I will be posting. But until then, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye.